Well, as you can see, I am all alone here tonight, and that's Jay Peckham stepping out on me here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I think he's testing me. Maybe thinks that I can't handle it alone or something. Hi, everybody. David Burrows here, of course, coming to you live from the concourse here at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena with the Sarnia Sting. And boy, lots to talk about for sure. I mean, let's recap and go back a little bit over the past week. Of course, a tough loss to Flint earlier. Late part of the week, I guess, over the weekend, right? Lost to Flint there 6-5. But then they would go down there once again to Flint and win the number one team. They would beat them 6-3 in a final score there. And then back here on Sunday afternoon, 4-1 loss there to the Peterborough Petes, who came down here. And I think many expected we would have seen a win over that. But, you know, this Sarnia Sting, they've really had a struggle with a lot of different key players off and this entire season. We went through it a little bit last year with Nolan Dillingham, of course, being off near the end of the year and then coming back at the beginning, back for one game, off again. And then we've seen different players like Limpar Lance was off, Sasha Pastujov, who was off recently again. But I have good news that he is back and in the starting lineup tonight. So that's a key player that we're happy to see back here with the Sarnia Sting for sure. Now, the Erie Otters going to need somebody to – yeah, there's my friend. Yeah, I talk with my hands. What can I say? And I tried to reach out to people like my friend Dave, who's making fun of me, and a few of the other guys standing around. I'm like, come on in and fill in here. And they've always all got something to say about the hockey, but they didn't have anything to say here, I guess. They didn't want to – oh, no, I can't say that on camera. I wouldn't want to do that. So I think maybe they were just afraid that Jay Peckham might be upset, but not the case. He'll be here at the end of the first period. I think he's celebrating a birthday with his wife, Catherine. So happy birthday to Catherine out there. Now, we're just going to go over – let me pull my notes up here that I had ready, but now I'm not. Let's go over, of course, Nick Strzika starting in there tonight. And then Grover will be the backup goalie. So Carson Chartier, who has been added to the goalie lineup, scratched off for tonight. And then Benny Gaudreau, congratulations. He's getting ready to enjoy the World Juniors. I know he's had a nice welcome down there. We've heard some interviews online. You can check that out at OHL and find those interviews. And we're kind of hoping maybe we'll be able to connect with him at some point too. But I'm sure he's planning on being very busy. So Hoover's off, Mass is off, Vilmanis is off. That's another key player that we thought we would have liked to have back here tonight. Harper and Campbell off as well. But as I said, Sasha Pastujov, one of the key players, back in the lineup tonight. Chandler Romeo, who's been back for a couple of games. Nice to see him and, his size out there for sure. But, Jay Peckham would say he'd like to see more from Chandler Romeo than what we've seen, at least since he's been back. We know that he's got lots of skills, but we're just hoping to see more of those skills out there. So maybe we'll see a change in that tonight. And I'll go over your starting lineup here for you now, just so you're clued in. That's Pastujov, Filak, and Voigt. Nice lineup in there, nice strong lineup for sure, especially with, again, Pastujov back. And Filak's been showing up for this team a lot as well. And Ty Voigt, been playing pretty well, but I think we'd like to see a little bit more from him. Bring that sniper shot back out, but I think altogether a really strong lineup. Berkey's back. That's a great one we were missing. Limpar, Lance, and Sikic. Another great lineup there. And then Christian Kairu, who is added as a defenseman into the lineup. Of course, if you haven't noticed the trade alert here, wow, what an exciting trade this in. Now, Sarnia Sting giving up quite a lot, I would say. Traded Alexi Davio to the Erie Otters in exchange for the defenseman Christian Kairu, who is like number 2 for scoring defenseman in the entire OHL. So a great pickup there by the Sarnia Sting, but they're giving up several round picks as well. But we'll talk about that more in future episodes, and we're going to get some feeling from my friend Jay Peckham on that when he gets here later. Now, the last 2 seasons, this 19-year-old Christian Kairu has consistently ranked amongst the top there. And he brings tallied 8 goals and 28 assists through 27 games played this year so far. So definitely a great addition there. And Dylan Sika was noted as really adding into the conversation about the trade, that he's really excited about some of the exceptional skills that Kairu brings to this team, something he feels that they've been looking to add into the mix of this team here. We know the Sarnia Sting are really skilled, and they've certainly had their struggles and quite haven't hit that consistency level there yet, but we're hopeful that there's still enough time. They seem to be building this team up, bringing in, of course, Satya Pashizov, and now Christian Kairu, who, yes, is related to the Jordan Kairu as well, formerly also of the Sarnia Sting. Kind of runs in the family there, right? Pretty safe to say that. That's about it for me right now. I'm going to be short because Jay's not here to do any more talking, but, some positives here. Like I say, we've got Pashizov back in the lineup and several others as well, and I think we're going to start to see a little more gelling, if you will, from this team, and a little more synergy. Of course, head coach Alan Latang also away at the World Juniors as well as assistant coach. So I think the message is pretty clear. These guys know what they need to do. They just need to start, implementing the processes that they've been trained to do and taught to do, and just start getting in sync out there a little bit more. Defense has always been a bit of a hole for this team for whatever reason, forever. We've seen a lot of it this year, and there's been some big holes there. But with Christian Kairu coming on board tonight, maybe some of those holes, those gaps will shrink in the defense lineup there for sure. All right, so I'm just going to call it right there. I'm going to say thanks to all of you for watching. Don't worry. I know you're here to watch Jay Peckham. He'll be back here at the end of the first period. But for now, and I'm going to try to do it as good as he does, it won't be the same. Live from the concourse with the Sarnia Sting, I'm David Burrows, and Jay Peckham would say, "Go Sting, go!"